Good morning. Hi, this is Mike from Empty the Bench, and this is an ETB presentation. And this is part of our I think it's six video series for ranking players and for week two. And we are going to be talking about the wide receivers. So let's take a quick look back at last week's performance and the standouts. Here you can see a graph pulled up of how well wide receivers did last week, and you can see two guys had huge weeks. Actually, the top three. If you look at the top three, it's amazing. Number one, AJ Green. What a big week he had! 12 receptions, 12 to 13 as far as targets, and he had 180 yards. Of course, he had that huge one that was 54 yards, and he scored a touchdown. Brandon Cooks had a huge week. Brandon Cooks and Willie Snead both had huge weeks playing with Breeze. You can see Brandon Cook broke one for almost 100 yards, scored two touchdowns. Willie Snead almost 180 yards with a touchdown. Actually, his average is pretty fantastic, 19.1 yards per catch. So Breeze is pushing the ball downfield, and he's got a couple of solid receivers there to do it. Mari Cooper, pretty good size, pretty good surprise this week. He had six receptions for 137 yards. Very young, talented receiver, and he's trying to make a statement. He wants to be one of the elite receivers in the league, and he's got a quarterback out there in Oakland that's making it happen. Antonio Brown, our number one overall rated wide receiver. He was limited. Can they say limited to 126 yards? That's those are outstanding stats, along with two TDs. So when you look at this graph, you think, holy cow, the offenses and the league itself is becoming very, very pass friendly, because these are some very remarkable stats. These guys, if they were to average this all season long, we'd set some records up. So we'll see how it goes on as far as the season progresses. Another surprise for us was that number 11 there, Deshaun Jackson. He made a statement with a little over 100 yards receiving. They didn't score a touchdown, but he was a solid contributor to the offense. So let's take a look at how we've got these wide receivers ranked and see if anything changed ranking wise. When you look at this one of the top things that jumps out at you is AJ Green. With his top performance this week, he jumps up to the number two position behind Antonio Brown. He could be knocking on that number one position. He is the go-to guy now in Cincinnati. Only problem is, if you think back about Megatron and how he was the go-to guy in Detroit, a lot of times what happens is teams will start double and triple teaming him just to try to shut him down. So we'll see how well he fares against going against those type of defenses going forward. But with the huge week of week one, he jumps up to that number two spot. Another big guy that jumps up on our chart is Amari Cooper. He was in the 12th spot. He jumps up to number 7 based off of this week's performance. He had a top 5 performance this week. A couple of surprises that jumped into the top 10 was Allen Robertson from Jacksonville Jaguars. Great big bodied receiver who had an outstanding week there. I think that's going to continue as the chemistry between him and Blake continues to grow. I honestly think that's going to continue to go up, and he's going to prove that he's one of the elite receivers in the league this year. And that pretty much concludes how we've got our guys ranked this week. If you want to check it out or look at the full rankings, jump online, visit our website, emptythebench.com, and leave us a note how you like the video, how you like the actual article, and hope it helps. And we'll talk to you soon.